Ladies and gentlemen, the seasonal finale is here. With LOM spanning for about 2 months now, I can proudly say that this is the first time I've worked this hard for a YouTube channel. Or maybe at all. I'm gonna save my thoughts for later in the video, so stick around. So, after Dunn decoded a message, Leonard is up against the devil's spawn. Look at that thing. It's hideous. Leonard, I'm sure you got this. The demon locks in and chases Leonard across the room. Okay Leonard, not gonna lie, that was cool as fuck. Plus 100 social credits. Leonard's like, Captain! I can't stop it! Don't worry, sport. Let me handle this. Captain? Was it supposed to work like that? Shut the fuck up, Klein. The angrier the demon-infused Megasay gets, the faster the base crumbles. Dunn uses illusion and Klein tosses the blood vessel thief to Leonard. This artifact can steal an ability from their target at a certain radius. Since his target is on par with his sequence 4, the artifact has a lower effectivity. On top of that, Leonard can't track the monster because it's way too fast. Pins are thrown their way, so the three try to lure the demon towards Memorial Hall. Dunn and Leonard attempt to trap the entity but utterly fail. The fucking spider-called tentacle demon starts teleporting mid-air, basically toying with them. Thankfully, Klein uses his ritual in time to stun the demon. This gives Leonard a window to use BVT on the demon, but of course, that's like holding onto a boulder with a fishing net. Dunn tries to use the ashes but keeps getting cock-blocked just like every time Megami tries to summon Maharaga. The shockwave that the demon entity Spider Hentai emitted was enough to damage Dunn's eyes. I will restrain him first. What? On the count of 10, I needed to roll back in. That's an order, you Victorian YNs. As the demon goes haywire, Dunn as well enters flow state, like drifting in a weary dream, as if caught between the shore and the grave. Release thy ashes, I commend you, O sacred box. 3, 2, 1. Klein and Leonard charge towards the immobilized demon. With the remaining artifacts in their arsenal, Klein tosses his emblem to activate its light. The demon seemingly breaks free but is severely weakened. Klein grins, showing signs of victory. The demon explodes and the flames are absorbed by the emblem. Is it over? Yeah, pack it up. Klein's heart gets pierced as he tries to regain his balance. The demon spawn is unfazed. It looks like it might be even stronger than before. What the fuck did they feed this child? The demon lunges towards Klein but is stopped in time by Leonard's BVT. It breaks free and I think Leonard also lost his arm. God damn, are they cooked? They are cooked. The civilians finally begin running after seeing the destruction. If I was there, you know I'd already be gone after hearing the first explosion. So a mysterious man who seems to be with the Nighthawks enters the vicinity. I wonder what his role is. He seems pretty powerful. Klein and the others are having a fun time dodging the attacks until Leonard takes a nasty hit and is sent flying across the room. A distracted Klein notices this and he loses the emblem in his hand. This next sequence showcases Klein's insane acrobatics. Dude is out here weaving and doing kickflips. That physical training must have paid off. Klein breaks through the window and throws his turrets mid-air. It does nothing and he's pierced directly through the chest. Dunn is still rocking his stance because the captain never locks out. Dunn uses what looks to be an amplified nightmare to strengthen the wire. Sorry, quick shameless plug. If you're interested in my videos, I encourage you to like and subscribe. I'm really close to 1,000 subscribers. I'm being edged by YouTube, so I would greatly appreciate it. I'm honestly surprised Leonard was the one knocked out when Klein was literally pierced through his chest. Bro is losing blood so quickly. Maybe Leonard is planning something. Both Dunn and Klein are knocked back by a slap from the demon and it seems to be growing at a very fast rate. Perhaps the demon is evolving into its prime form similar to the Pale Disaster. Roseanne, what? I sympathize with you but please run. What if huge debris collapses on you and you die a horrible death? The worst kind of death in fiction is getting off-screen. So a bunch of babies are emerging from that disgusting demon, and the Nighthawks are pretty much on their last thread. If these three with incredible feats are struggling, I can imagine if Kenley and Neil didn't die earlier, would perish in battle against this monstrosity. Once again, the captain stays locked in. He reaches for the ashes once more while Klein is trying really hard to get back up. He sees Dunn walking closer towards the demon, preparing to open Pandora's box. Unexpectedly, Dunn takes his heart and rips it out of his body. To make Saint Selena's ashes have a greater effect, Dunn sacrifices his vitality in hopes to eradicate the foul monster standing before them. The ashes fill the hall with a beautiful luminous blue, flowers spreading all over the area. In a fit of rage, the demon attacks Dunn Smith. It doesn't connect. The spirits of his fallen comrades give their strength. Headstones surround the demon, wire holding it in place. He has blood streaming from his eyes. Is this the Mangekyo Sharingan? With Klein and Neil by Dun's side, he assures Klein that his final attack is a guaranteed kill. Otherwise, you're on your own, pal. While I'm dead, I'm gonna be laughing as a spirit with everyone else while you and Leonard try not to fry your asses. One last time, Klein sends his sun charm to ignite the demon. The light was powerful enough to delete the demon spawn from existence. A silent aftermath fills the atmosphere. We did it. Klein, we saved Tingen. As gravity reaches the box, the captain graciously falls to the ground. In his final moments, Klein Moretti will be the last he will ever see. Nothing Klein could do will be enough to bring Dun back to life. I just wanted to say that this scene was already sad enough, but they decided to upscale it by making it sadder. But they decided to make it sadder by killing off Klein. Yes, Klein was stabbed in the back by In Sangwil, the person who appeared to be a connection to the Nighthawks earlier in the episode. His goal was to obtain Saint Selena's ashes, but he's also been observing Klein. Ince wanted Klein dead for being able to predict by sensing his secret influence and even help the captain master the acting method. Ince wanted the remaining characteristics from death, consume the ashes, and advance from sequence 5 to sequence 4 of the Sleepless Pathway. The whole puppet flashback is making me think that Ince was the one who really set up these events so he could receive Saint Selena's ashes while also getting rid of Klein. Of course, I don't think Klein is actually dead. Motherfucker survived a gunshot to the head. There's no way this motherfucker is dead, bro. There's no way. Leonard is alive! And he's sitting in a hospital bed looking really depressed. HQ is aware of who sliced and diced Klein and done sacrifice, so they're sending the red gloves. The red gloves? Wait, how do I join the red gloves? We've already seen an S5 member of the Red Gloves, and Sesamir was cold as fuck. So I'm honestly really excited for Leonard. I feel really bad for Klein's siblings too. Melissa's like, Big brother looked down, but I got his tickets to help Klein relax and make him happy. Leonard pulls up and is like, yeah, so your bro is dead. GG go nuts. It then cuts to the cemetery and man, I know the colors are classy and darker, but it never fails to amaze me with how seamlessly they shift to an even darker tone. The night passes and sounds from a sequence 9 seer are coming from the grave. Klein Moretti has returned. He remembers the donut created by Ince and deduces that Ince was after the captain for the ashes initially. But Klein happened to be there, so Ince couldn't miss that opportunity to kill him. Okay, maybe Ince wasn't the one who orchestrated Klein's deletion, because I forgot to include Lanavis in the picture. It's now confirmed that both of them reside in Backlund, and Klein very shortly pays his respect to the captain. Absolute mysteries, wow. But it's review time now. Lord of Mysteries is a very solid show. This is the only show that has held my attention long enough to cover the entirety of season 1. I think I was really deprived of something unique to watch in the anime space. There weren't many this year that held my interest long enough to even bother watching past the first 3 episodes. Many of you already know of the 3-episode rule before you can actually start judging because you never know until you give it a shot. The initial vibe I had to all of them was similar to Bungo Stray Dogs, Harry Potter, Omniscient Reader Viewpoint, which I actually stopped reading. Not that I found it bad, it was just a filler while I waited for more episodes in the school bus graveyard. A big turnoff that I didn't want to say earlier on was how short this season was. At first I was like, yay, I don't need to cover this show for the whole year, but it really hurts the pacing in my opinion. This is coming from someone who's never touched any of Cuttlefish's material. They did a decent job with the story with how condensed everything felt, especially the relationships Clyde had at his time with the Nighthawks. Examples being Old Neil, Dunn, Leonard, Fry, Kenley, etc. The information is crucial throughout the show, but at times the pacing felt so lackluster I would just repeat segments of the episode hoping to process it faster for a video. I think if they went with 24 episodes or even 30, the amount of people correcting me in the comments would definitely be reduced. Overall, the quality of Lord of Mysteries felt very premium. Sometimes the visuals would feel very realistic, other times it's very similar to a painting. And I know 2B Reacts is crazy, but with a steampunk vibe with a quality surpassing many Japanese studios, I had to stay for the ride. It's really hard to pick a favorite, but Isaac stood out to me a lot. A story of a man who lost everything in the passage of time. Isaac felt like a soulless wanderer with an overbearing amount of power. He reminds me a lot of Kraft from Freeman. I think he was the only one that was given an entire episode dedicated to his backstory. I know episode 9 focused on Neil, but it was really only half the episode until, he died. Because the first half was focused on Klein's advancement to sequence 8. From the beginning, Isaac was shown in the intro, and the Nighthawks were already in Lambent Castle, showing hints of Tino and the history of Isaac's contributions to the Fourth Epoch. What makes Isaac very interesting is the fact that I couldn't really figure him out initially. On the exterior, he seems cold, stoic, almost villain-like, until we learn about him parting ways with his family and his desire to help Klein. Unlike Dunn, Isaac is very much alive, so I'm curious to see his role in season 2 if they expand on that. And finally, episode 13 thoughts. Is it just me or did the surprise of Instant's introduction feel a bit rushed? There were some details of foreshadowing early on, but he sort of just appeared, beat Klein's ass, swooped the ashes and advanced, all within just a few minutes of the episode finale. The build-up to Dunn's final attack was very pretty. Without his sacrifice, Tinkin would be in ruins by the time the Red Gloves, mandated Punishers, or any of the high-ranking organizations showed up. I forget that these groups don't all live in Tinkin, bro. That's my fault. I definitely feel like Klein will reveal himself someday, and his death can be a leverage to explore other cities to gain more knowledge, and to dive deeper into who Inns and Lanavis are, and their motives for, the Aurora Order and everything that happened in season 1. The Terror Club meetings might be the same. I guess they're leaving the Sun's formal introduction in season 2 because we only got his introduction at the episode finale. I forgot which episode it was in season 1, but we didn't really know or figure out who this guy is. If Klein is immortal, then maybe Isaac naturally gravitated to him. I don't know, that's also just a random theory I came up with. But what I do know is that we have to wait another year for the special episode and 2 years for season 2. I wonder what I'll be doing in 2 years, man. Imagine I'm not even doing YouTube anymore. That'll be silly, right? Oh man, this YouTube gig is so hard. PewDiePie, how did you do it? But if you guys have any anime recommendations for me, oh my gosh, I've been I basically took out all the parts from my current PC into my new one just to find out that I don't have Wi-Fi in my motherboard. So now I'm waiting on a PCIe. I'm praying that it works because I really want to release the Buddy Daddies video soon. Oh man, I really hope I don't have any faulty cables. But anyways, please subscribe, please. I'm almost at 1K. Thank you.